How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good. A year ago, maybe almost to the day, you were signing with Alabama. What's it like, you know, being uprooted by your choice in a new place?
Yeah, it's been a great opportunity since I've gotten here. Definitely interesting things are happening back in Alabama right now. Coach Saban retired, but coming up here to Pitt's been a great opportunity, meeting a bunch of great people, getting a new fresh start, you know, and a great offense with Coach Bell, which I'm really excited about.
Was losing your coach at Alabama part of the reason?
No, when I entered the portal, I had no idea that Coach Saban was retiring, so it really did play a factor.
What were your main reasons for going?
You just wanted a new fresh start. You know, I didn't really see myself, you know, growing in the ways that I wanted to at Alabama, and I knew that I needed to, you know, pursue other opportunities to grow the way that I wanted to, and Pitt was the place for me to do that.
You know, part of being in the portal is doing your own research, looking into, you know, places where you might fit. What did you learn about Pitt when you were researching this program?
You know, just the great culture that, you know, Jake was talking about. You know, there's culture not only in the locker room and in the building, but, you know, in the city of Pittsburgh. I've had some family members that have lived in Pittsburgh, and all they talk about is how great the people are in Pittsburgh, and it's how the culture kind of is similar to the South. You know, everybody's really inviting. You know, everybody wants to help each other, put others before themselves, and that's something that really interested me. And you know, looking into the offense was something that I wanted to do. You know, just what the quarterbacks have done in Coach Bell's offense. You know, they're throwing it 30, 40 times a game. You know, they got 300 plus passing yards, but they're also running the ball themselves. Is something that I wanted to do. And they score a lot, which sounds really good for a quarterback.
But yeah, that's two quarterbacks coming back and starting game for this team. It's had a pretty bridge over the time.
So just coming in and just learning as much as I can. You know, we're going to go through spring, see what everything goes with that. But you know, I just got here, so you know those guys are definitely going to be in front of me because they've obviously played, you know, have playing experience. So I mean, I'm just going to come in here, learn as much as I can, grow as much as I can, because there's a lot of things that I want to work on in my game, and I feel like Coach Bell, Coach Narduzzi, everybody can help me in that aspect. So I'm just going to learn as much as possible and work on perfecting my game.
Is the offense much different than what you're used to?
Yeah, you know, in Zachary, back home at Zachary High School, you know, it was a really balanced offense. I was throwing maybe 20, 25 times a game. I think the most I've ever thrown was 30 times a game, but we had a really good running game, which we were able to complement each other. And same thing at Alabama. You know, we had a really good run game with a really good pass game that complemented each other. I've never really thrown it 30, 40 times a game, so that's definitely something that I'm going to have to get used to. And I'm really, really looking forward to. And obviously, the run game is going to come with that, so I'm really excited about that as well.
Eli, what are you doing to speed up the learning curve, or what can you do in that regard?
You know, just throwing constantly with guys, you know, with tight ends, receivers, just going over the offense. We've gotten a packet of what the offense is going to look like per look, just a brief kind of packet of what it's going to look like. So just going over that as much as possible, making sure I know it like the back of my hand, making sure I'm, you know, watching film with myself throwing, speeding up footwork, you know, quickening up my release, everything like that.
Eli, I know you're only there for a year, but how valuable was that year of learning under Nick Saban and all those coaches and great players that you know, were teammates with?
It's as valuable as it gets. You know, you got to be in Coach Saban's, you know, last year. You know, he put a lot of commitment, a lot of effort into that team that year, and I had the opportunity to be the scout team quarterback, so I was going up against in my opinion, the best defense in the country, you know, every day for a couple months. So I got to get better as much as I wanted to. You know, I got to learn from Jalen Miller, who had a fantastic year. I got to, you know, learn under Coach Reese, who's a great offensive coordinator, and just got to learn as much as possible. You know, learn what it takes to, you know, be a champion, because you know they're always champions at Alabama. It seems like. So I got to see, you know, the work ethic that, you know, you do in the weight room, you do in the film room, you know, in school, just what the entire staff has to do to, you know, take that team to the next level.
Who was an easier quarterback for you to emulate when you were on scouts, J.J. Daniels or J.J. McCarthy?
I would say, I would say KJ Jefferson is a big one that I had to do. I was live for that week because, you know, he's just a big old strong guy that can run, and I kind of similar to that. I'm not as big as him, but you know, just a big guy that can run and throw. And I got popped a couple times here and there. You know, some big dudes coming to hit me, so kind of brought me back to what football was really like. So that was a lot of fun.
How do you think that experience of learning from guys you said that they're champions at Alabama so frequently. How do you think that can maybe help you as a leader on and off the field at Pitt?
Just knowing what it takes to be a champion. Just the work ethic that you have to have, the commitment, and what you're doing on and off the field. Is going to be a big thing to make sure we get to being a champion.
You said you've been throwing with guys, trying to throw a lot, develop that chemistry. Who have you been really developing chemistry with, and who do you kind of think of some of the pass catchers you've worked with so far?
Everybody's been out there throwing, from the entire receiving room, the entire tight end room. Running backs are getting out there as well. So I'm just everybody's building a relationship and chemistry with everybody. So it's not really certain guys. It's the entire room is getting better together, which is most important.
What are some quarterbacks that maybe you looked up to growing up, and maybe is there anyone you tried to want your game after, or Steve contributors?
Growing up, I always looked up to my brother. He was a quarterback at St. Thomas More in Lafayette, Louisiana. Had all types of state records, school records, state championship records, and he was always somebody that I was striving to be as good or better than. And he taught me almost everything I know of how to throw football, being a quarterback, and everything like that. So he's definitely somebody that I've always looked up to, strived to be. But now looking at like NFL quarterbacks, college quarterbacks, I feel like I kind of familiar with myself with Josh Allen. Just a big quarterback. He's not afraid to run the ball and not afraid to run through somebody, which I kind of like. It makes me excited watching him play like that. He's always able to make big plays, not only with his arm but with his feet. Get the ball out quick, has a lot of velocity and strong arm and stuff like that. So it's a lot of fun watching him, and I try to do as much as he does as I can.
What's the challenge of joining the quarterback room where there was, both guys started last year, they went back and forth, and now the same thing with Jake, you guys are learning a new offense with ball while you're walking into that room?
Yeah, I mean, it's not much of a challenge right now, because we're all learning a new offense. We're all kind of somewhat on the same playing field because of it's a new offense, but those guys have played, they know what the expectation here is at Pitt, with coaching our dudes and everything. So obviously they got an upper hand right there, but we're all on the same playing field with a new offense. So it's going to be a lot of fun, this off season learning the offense, and in spring what we're going to be able to do.
You mentioned Josh Allen, so can Pitt fans expect to see you using your legs that much?
If I like to run the ball. I'm not afraid to run the ball. Did a lot in high school, which was a lot of fun for me. But it's within Coach Bell's offense. Coach Bell always talks about, hey, if you don't have what you want, take off. You can run too. It's not just you have to sit back there and try to find somebody to throw it to. You can take off, and I'm sure there's going to be some design runs, just zone reads, stuff like that, which is something that I've always did in high school. So I'm really looking forward to that.
You mentioned family a couple times. Just how important is family to you, and how important were they throughout this entire process?
Family means everything to me. I've always looked up to grandparents, pawpaws, dads, uncles, brother, just how much family is involved with each other. I mean, my entire family lives in Baton Rouge, so I was around them my entire life. Just going to games with my uncle, tailgating with my family, going to each other's houses for pretty much everything. We were always together, so I'm always going to take into consideration what they think, and just my job or my goal is to just make my family proud. Take the Holstein last name to the next level, and kind of just do the best I can to honor it.
How much did you lean on them during this process as well?
I lean on my dad a lot with this, especially my brother as well, because my dad was a punter at LSU. He knows kind of the whole college football landscape, but it's a little different now. But my brother was at Louisiana Tech, so I'm always communicating with them, seeing what they think. I would always bring my brother on some recruiting visits when I was coming out of high school, kind of seeing what he thought, because he had been through it. He was kind of like our little lie detector kind of guy. He kind of knew if people were being honest with me and stuff like that. So it was really easy to get some information from my dad and my brother and what I should be doing and what I should be looking for in the program.
Did you use that lie detector on you at all?
I'm sure he has a little bit. He's probably gotten me in trouble with it a couple times.
Eli, what have you told your family about Pittsburgh?
It's a lot like home, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't know why, but 20 degrees here feels like 40, 45 degrees back home. I guess it's something to do with the humidity. So it's not as cold as I thought it would be, but it's still definitely cold. But we got a lot of great food up here. Being from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, I got high expectations on food, especially with how good my mom can cook. But I got a lot of great places to eat here, a lot of great things to do. You don't have to just sit in your room and do nothing. You can go out and do some stuff. Have some fun with other people and some teammates, and just how great the people here are. Everybody's. I haven't met one person that's been rude or anything like that. Everybody's helpful, always putting other people before themselves, and just want to help out as much as they can.
What's your brother and your dad's name? How much older is your brother than you?
My dad's name is Scott Holstein, and my brother is Caleb Holstein. He's 22, so about 3.5, 4 years old.
Is he done playing football?
Yeah, he's at LSU right now, and trying to get into med school. Getting some interviews right now to get into med school.
You arrived here, and an offensive coordinator was just hired right before you came in, and he's out on the road recruiting. How have you been able to build a relationship with him since you got here?
Yeah, obviously over the phone. He's been texting the entire quarterback group chat. Kind of keeping up with us, telling us what we need to do. Throwing wise, getting guys out there and throwing. But on the weekends, he's here, so we're able to see him, spend some time with him and everything like that.
How's it been for you just building a relationship with your skill guys? When you got some new guys coming in with you, but also a lot of returning players at receiver, running back, tight end. What's that been?
It's been great. With the news guys, I'm kind of similar to them in what position I'm in. Coming in as a new guy, so we've been able to bond over that. But all the guys that are older and have been here for a while, they've all taken us in, kind of shown us the road, show us how things go, and just everybody's come together pretty much.
You mentioned the weather a little bit. What else has surprised you the most about this versus you've been here?
I would say how good the food is. It definitely surprised me. There's a lot of great places to eat around here. Didn't have high expectations, I'm gonna be honest with you, coming from the South, and some great food, but I've had a lot of great things to eat around here.
Your commitment photo was taken in the snow. Is that the most snow you had seen coming from the South?
That was the first time I had ever seen snow. Me and my little sister, we got to take a picture in the snow. That was our first time playing in the snow. She got to throw a lot of snowballs at me, got to throw it at my dad, hit his back a couple times. Not a lot of fun, but yeah, that was me and my little sister's first time ever experiencing snow and seeing snow.
And what's your sister's name?
Her name is Mary Grace.
Mary Grace.
Eli, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.